Dr. Sperling. You may know me from YouTube as Dr. Nail Nipper, and I'm here today with my friend Jim Hudak, who is the designer of the InAlign Toe Socket device.
Yes.
Jim, can you talk a little bit about why you felt you needed to design this for yourself?
Sure. So I've had bunions for at least 30 years. I was dissatisfied with all the other devices out there. For one thing, a lot of them you can't wear in shoes. And I wanted something I could wear in my shoes all day, every day for everything I did. And that's how I came up with this concept. So I put my toes in it. It's like a socket, and they're in their normal alignment. My big toe is crossed substantially. My second toe is sitting on top of my big toe, and it's a hammer toe, so it rubs on all the shoe boxes that I wear. This straightens the toes out, pushes down on the hammer toe so it doesn't rub on the toe box, and that just gives me comfort all day long.
So it's important to note that distinction between this will keep bunion sufferers and hammer toe sufferers more comfortable, but we're not saying this is going to fix it. The only thing really that's going to fix it is going to be surgery. So all the devices that you wear in bed at night, the reason that they're not going to fix the problem is that the muscles pull every time you take a step. So even though you're holding that big toe over at night, as soon as you get up and start walking again, the muscles are going to start pulling that big toe back over immediately. But with a bunion and hammer toes, this can keep you comfortable in your activities and in your shoes. Now, women, it may be most of your shoes, not all of them. Jim is a little bit different. As a man, most of his shoes are wider and deeper than a lot of our ladies' shoes. But this will fit into a very good number of them because it really is a thin, very soft rubber, and it won't take up that much room. You tell me what's different about this from the other bunion splints that are out on the market.
So, well, besides the fact you can wear it in all your shoes, these sockets where your toes go, they're not tight. They don't wrap tightly around your toes, so you're not going to cut off any circulation if your toes swell by the end of the day.
Right, because most of us, our toes, our feet are more swollen at the end of the day than they are when we get up in the morning.
Right.
And so this leaves room for them, it looks like, in those little toe sockets that they're not going to be so tight they cut off your circulation.
Right.
I also noticed that the contour of this fits the contour of your foot. It's not a flat piece under the ball of your foot.
Yeah, and we thought, well, you know what, that doesn't make any difference because when you stand on it, it's going to flatten out. But we made another device, another beta device, that was flat on the bottom, and it was just not comfortable.
Right, nobody liked that one.
Nobody liked that one, no,
So,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so this is just by the virtue of how it's contoured, it fits a regular foot.
It fits a regular foot, and it's sized for a medium-sized foot, male or female. It's a medium-sized foot, which
Right.
is a good size range.
Right, but you will have smalls and larges coming
Yes,
to market. Just right now you're starting with the middle of the road size.
right. Which is
Okay.
what most people have, somewhere in the middle.
Most people,
Yeah.
yeah, but there are people who are going to need it bigger or
That's
smaller.
right, that's right.
What else did you want to tell me about this? It's a soft material, and although people see this yellowed looking rubber thing that looks kind of old, they're not going to be yellow. This is
Yeah,
not an
no.
old one. This is just the color of the rubber that you use.
It's just a default color of rubber, so we didn't have to go order something that was more expensive. But the product everybody gets will be clear.
Okay.
And then because it's clear, as time goes on, we can find out that maybe some people like certain colors, so we can add really colors to it.
Can do fun colors.
Fun colors.
Okay. So we had also spoken about why wearing something like this for 4 years, like you have, hasn't fixed the bunion. And we know it's because the muscle that is pulling the big toe over toward the second toe has contracted, and it's shorter now.
Right.
And the one that's trying to pull it back straight has lengthened, and so it's weaker. And all soft tissue will tighten down as much as it can and still function. That's just what the human tissue does. There's two main muscles that attach to the base of the big toe. So in a perfect world, these two muscles are going to pull at the same time with every step that you take and make this into like a rigid lever, if you think back to high school physics, so that you have a very strong lever to push off from. The problem is that over time, as this one starts to pull and this one gets stretched out, it moves the toe over, and this now is weakened and can't hold the toe back where it's supposed to be. So,
Well, and that's good to know, because I didn't know that. And my assumption was that I was wearing too narrow shoes or too, pointy-toed shoes or whatever. I mean, men wear pointy-toed shoes too. And that's what caused the bunion. And
But if
maybe that's what causes it, but it has this effect down the road.
right, but if you don't have a foot that has the structure that will get a bunion, you're never going to get a bunion, no matter how pointy the shoes are that you wear your whole life.
Genetically, you need to have the genetics to allow a bunion to happen.
Right, and the wearing pointy shoes can make it happen sooner.
Yep,
It can make it happen a little bit more rapidly.
yep.
But if you don't have the genetics that will cause a bunion, you will not get a bunion no matter what you do.
So women's shoes, maybe more, it's probably safe to say more women wear pointy-toed shoes than men have pointy-toed shoes.
Correct?
At 60 years old, half of women have bunions. And, well, they wore pointy-toed shoes. Well, you know what? Half did not have bunions, and they wore pointy-toed shoes. So, it's the genetics along with the pointy-toed shoes.
Right. So it's genetics plus environment
Yes,
that have to be right for you to get the bunion.
that's right. And this will just give you comfort throughout your day for everything you do, just like it's done for me for 4 years,
Yeah.
I certainly don't want to go without it.
And it's not going to fix the bunion. Surgery will fix the bunion.
Yeah.
But this will definitely keep you comfortable and possibly be a way that we can avoid having to do surgery, which should always be our last resort anyway.
Yeah.